Well, okay, you guys, if you are an expectant mother or know someone who is, chances are you may have questions, right, about getting the COVID vaccine. So we are here to help. We have Dr. Anthony Sanders with Community Health Network, OBGYN. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. You and I are already chatting during the commercial break because I know as a mama and a once expectant mama myself, you do kind of wonder, right?
Yeah.
You're wondering, I want to put my baby first. Is this okay? So where do we begin to sort of help ease their concerns?
I think a consistent message is the way to go with that.
Yeah.
You know, the more positive, the more consistent messaging about COVID vaccine, and the more appropriate messaging about the dangers of the virus and contracting the virus,
Yeah.
I think the better it'll be for everyone involved.
Right, and that leads me to my first question. I know some women think, okay, maybe I'm thinking about having another baby. Should I do that now? Is that okay? Should I do it when I'm pregnant? Do I need to wait till after the baby is born? How do you address those concerns?
Sure. Anytime is a good time to get the COVID vaccine.
Okay.
There's no risk to the mom during the pregnancy for getting the vaccine, and there's no risk to an early pregnant mother.
Yeah.
And there's no risk to the baby as far as we know. And there's no impact on fertility or anything like that.
Well, that was going to be my other question, because, you know, I have heard a lot of times, and I think that's the most difficult part, right, is as women, as human beings, we hear from this side, we hear from that side, and it's not that we don't want to get it, we just want to make sure that we're going to be okay, and our babies are going to be okay.
Yes, and that's our job too,
Yeah.
as healthcare providers, is to
Right.
make sure that mom and baby are going to be
Yeah.
okay, and getting the vaccine in this day and age is just the best way to do it.
Right. Well, let me ask you this. If there's a woman out there watching and who thinks, you know, I've actually had COVID-19, you know, I had it a little while ago, I'm now pregnant, do I still need to get the vaccine? Because we hear a lot as well about antibodies. Maybe
Sure.
we don't need to worry about that.
So what we know is that yes, there's some protection after a person gets the infection itself, but we
Right.
don't know how long that it lasts and what it'll protect against, and especially with all the different variants that are out there, getting the vaccine will be the best way
Yeah.
to prevent a reinfection, because it gives the body a boost of immunity against the virus itself.
Yeah, and you know, as pregnant women, we all know there are enough things you go through, right, when you're pregnant, and nausea and things like that. What about the side effects? Because you hear from people who aren't pregnant who have had side effects because of the COVID-19 vaccine. How does that play into a woman who is pregnant?
So first, I think it's important to know that all of the side effects that people have experienced are really just the body's response to the vaccine itself.
Yeah.
Developing the immunity and building up the antibodies to fight against the virus should the person get exposed to it. But a number of things that people can expect are things like fatigue, muscle and body aches, are flu-like symptoms.
Right,
That's
right.
kind of those are the main side effects that people have from it. Some people have fevers, and things like over-the-counter Tylenol should
Right.
be okay to take, especially during pregnancy, in order to resolve that.
Now, I hope this isn't a silly question, but does it affect the baby? So if you are pregnant and you get the vaccine, what type of impact does that have on the baby as well?
Sure, not a silly question at all. It's very appropriate.
Okay.
And the answer to the question is it doesn't have any negative impact on the baby at all, only positive.
Okay.
Because if mom stays healthy, then
Yeah.
the baby will stay healthy. And we are finding too that the antibodies that the mom builds up do pass along to the baby.
That's
and
what
provide
I
some
wondered.
protection.
Okay, that's great. Now, what about perhaps after the baby is born and you're nursing? Let's say the woman didn't have the vaccine before or during the time that she was pregnant, but now she's had the baby and she's nursing. Is that a concern, or is breastfeeding, will that all be okay as well?
It will. So we recommend
It will.
every person who's eligible for the vaccine get the vaccine, and even including nursing moms as well. And
Yeah.
that's another thing too. With a lot of babies, babies get a lot of protection for their immune system through breastfeeding, and what the mom builds up also passes on through the breast milk.
And just to reiterate, you say the vaccine will not impact the chance in a negative fashion of women getting pregnant as well in the
Correct.
future.
Correct. It has zero impact on fertility and your ability to achieve a
Right.
pregnancy down the road.
Interesting information, and so important all at the same time. Dr. Anthony Sanders with Community Health Network, OBGYN, thank you so much for your
Thank you
time.
for
You
having
answered
me.
a lot of concerns, a lot of questions out there.